Hey you guys, what's going on? Happy New Year's. I hope you guys had a good New Year's and whatever you did, I hope you guys stayed safe. Um, as y'all can see, I didn't do a Gossip Chronicles. Like I said, it was gonna be a 50-50 chance that I was gonna do that. But after the last video, I just kinda wanted to take a little break, but we back at it. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 8, whatever episode this is, which I know I got y'all in the title box below. Um, I know y'all looking like, girl. I'm y'all know y'all see I'm downstairs in my dining area. It's cold as shit down here, but I did just turn on the heater, so it is kind of getting a little hot. But yeah, let's just get into this review. So I want to start off with Kenya first. So Kenya, dad, he comes and visits her at her old house, and we all have seen her dad before and everything. And she talks about the on again, off again relationship she has with him. She tells him about the new house that she's building and how the bigger it's getting, the more basically the more stressful it is, the more money. So she just kind of asks for his help a little bit, and she starts telling her dad about dating. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of starts cracking up a little bit at her. And she said instead of just focusing on one person, she's going to date more than one person. And um, he was like, "Are you going to keep a scoreboard or whatever?" And she was like, "What?" Like, they both kind of start laughing. And she was like, "The guys, they used to keep a scoreboard and everything on, like, the women that they dated or whatever, whatever." And she also realizes that a lot of her issues in relationships um stem from issues that she has with her family. You know, yeah. So she also takes him to what's done so far at her new house, Moore Manor. Um, and they also take a walk somewhere, and she basically wants to have like a heart to heart with him, and she explains how well, actually, before that, they was walking or whatever, and her dad, he seems to have a short attention span, doesn't he? Because she starts trying to talk to him about something, and then he starts talking about some damn trees. I said, really? What the fucking trees got to do with what the hell y'all about to talk about? But anyways, they start to have a heart to heart or whatever, and she explains how I guess she was living with her dad in Houston when she was younger, and she ran away to go back to Detroit because she didn't like the neighborhood in Houston, she didn't like the school and all this other stuff, and um, she her dad explains to her how bad that hurt him and everything, and like he just wanted all he finally had all his family together, and when she did that it really hurt him and everything. And they just they start talking about her mom. We all know she doesn't have the best relationship with her mom, and they just, I really liked the conversation between them. I thought it was a really nice conversation. They hug it out or whatever. All right, let's start talking about Portia. She's hosting a red carpet event for Dish Nation at the Emmys, and we all know her sister Lauren is pregnant and everything, and Portia was kind of being selfish a little bit, if you ask me. I don't know. Some people may look at it as Lauren acting kind of helpless or something. Because I don't. How far along is she, or how far along was she when this was being recorded? Do y'all know? Because I don't know, but shit, we got motherfucking Candy ass, and this is her second time around. Even though it's been a long time since Candy has been pregnant, but still, she's still operating pretty much like a normal person. But I guess everybody is different. I ain't never been pregnant. I don't want no kids no time soon. So it's probably, I guess it's different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Portia was being kind of selfish a little bit. Like, like all she was thinking about is, when Lauren takes leave, who's gonna check my emails, and who's gonna do this? Who's gonna get me some Starbucks? You know what I'm saying? That's what kind of tip that she was on, and I was just like, dang, Portia, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, when you hire family or whatever to do things for you and they do it well and you're used to them and it's a hard time getting used to somebody else and having chemistry with somebody else and everything. So I mean, I get it. They show Portia hosting the hold on, let me make sure I'm getting everything with Portia. Yeah, they show her hosting the Emmys and everything, and it looked like she was doing a good job. She interacted with a lot of the celebrities. They showed her taking a selfie with Terrence Howard. So it was, that was pretty cool. I think Lauren ended up not going because I guess she just, like, she didn't want to stand on her feet all day or whatever. And like I said, I guess pregnancy is different for everybody. But moving on from that, let's see. What else do we have? Okay. Phaedra and Todd. Oh, do I want to talk about them first? Oh, well, I guess, okay, I guess we can talk about, well, just to talk about Cynthia real quick. She, invites Marlo to kind of, I guess, help her out or whatever with her, sunshades event. You guys know she has a shade line or whatever, sunglasses. You guys know she has a sunglasses line now and everything. And she was like, there's pretty much a customer appreciation thing for them supporting her, whatever. And she was like, everybody's gonna get 50% off. I said, is that a good idea for you and Peter and y'all financial? I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? She talking about 50% off. I don't know if she was serious or she was just playing, but But anyways, okay, well, let's talk about Candy, Shamia, Don Juan, and Carmen first before I talk about Phaedra and Todd. Shamia, she comes in and she's basically addressing the conversation that Don Juan had with them or whatever. And Don Juan, he admits that he came in at the tail end of the conversation. So, bam, you didn't hear the whole conversation, Don Juan. You just heard what you heard at the fucking end and just assumed shit. You know what I'm saying? Carmen, she starts talking shit like as if she was there. I was just like, okay, she was saying how Don Juan, he starts throwing shade about Portia and the whole Underground Railroad thing. I was like, okay, that shit is getting old. That shit was like how many seasons ago? And that's the only thing. And he said it again later on in the episode at Cynthia's event. I was just like, I mean, how old is this shit getting? Like, who gives a fuck? I mean, yeah, the whole shit was dumb or whatever about the comment that Portia made about the whole Underground Railroad thing, but the fact that you still talking about it is like, that's the best you can do. But anyways, what else? Okay, yeah, Carmen, she says that Portia and Shamia shouldn't have been in the conversation, but it's like Phaedra came up to them and started talking about the shit. So, Carmen, what are you talking about? And Carmen was irritating me because it's like she was acting like the whole time like she was there. You know what I'm saying? Like she was there in that conversation to know. See, this is why people be talking about shit and they don't know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, so, I mean, that was that. With that whole whatever. And Candy, she kind of, giving her little looks that she give off or whatever. She feeling some type of way because she hearing that, they all talking shit, I guess, about Todd, whatever. But like I said, I didn't take it that way. But whatever. Moving on. Okay, we get to Phaedra and Todd. Phaedra is throwing shade in her confessional, talking about talking some about Candy. Todd, must be scraping pennies from the couch or something like that. Candy must have not given him his allowance. I said, bitch, I know you ain't talking Then you used to give Apollo an allowance. And where the fuck was Apollo working at when he was when he was still out a free man? We know what Todd does. What did Apollo do? I'm just saying. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I'm not really feeling Phaedra too much this season. I don't know. I'm starting to like Kenya more than I'm liking her, and that's you know. I never thought I would be saying that, but you know, it's just like, y'all. But anyways, so Phaedra is explaining to Todd how, you know, how Apollo went away, and, you know, explaining about her pregnancy, like how she, you know, had I guess little Aiden right after the workout or something like that, and just explaining all this stuff and how she's a single mother and everything. And Todd was like, she using that as an excuse. But didn't Phaedra just, you know, didn't she say recently that she has all this money or whatever? And I feel like Bravo was showing flashbacks like a motherfucker this episode. They was flashing back, especially on Phaedra. They flashback showing. I said, ooh, Bravo. Y'all know y'all ain't right for that. But I mean, gotta fact check. You got to fact check. But, you know, they start flashing back on you know, Phaedra talking about how she does have money. And, you know, when Kenya calls her out during that one reunion where she was like, your husband's about to go to jail and you're out here paying for boobs and all this stuff, and just other stuff in regards to her having money. So it's like, so what are you talking about, Phaedra? You know, like, she's making these excuses, but for what you've been saying, you like, and that's where I say Phaedra be lying, y'all. They be catching her ass. They be catching her ass, and I don't know why she just continues to lie. But anyways, Todd, he pulls out some documents or whatever, and I guess you know, he said it's not much that needs to be done to the workout tape or whatever. I guess they just gotta take one more picture of her or something like that, and they're done or whatever. And Phaedra was like, you know, this is my workout DVD, so I'll release it when I want to release it, or some shit like that she was saying. I was just like, I mean, why is she still throwing all this shade in the confessional though? But you know, that to him, she was acting like everything was all good. She was like, are we good? You know what I'm saying? We good? And he was like, yeah, you know, we good, or whatever. Just whatever, y'all. What else happened? Alright, I already talked about Cynthia. Okay, Cynthia, Peter, Candy, and Todd, they have a sit down, and you know, it's all good vibes, you know, good vibes and everything. Peter rubs Candy's stomach or whatever. They start getting into Phaedra and Portia, and saying how, you know, basically she's telling them, Candy's telling them what Don Juan has came back and told her about the situation, about them talking about Todd or whatever. Candy feels that Portia always takes sides, and I kind of do. It does kind of come off like as if Portia is just always taking Phaedra's side and not really too much hearing out what Candy has to say. You know what I'm saying? And Candy has said how she's been supportive of Portia and everything that she, you know, wants to do. And they start flashing back to the whole singing thing or whatever, and how you remember when Don Juan shaded her or whatever, and Candy, you know, Candy kind of did have her back and was saying, well, we'll make a judgment once, you know, she auditions or whatever. And she was, you know, saying how she supported her with the with that video. What was the name of the song, y'all? Flatline, the video and the song, whatever, Flatline, how she supported her with that. And Peter, he kind of was being shady. He was like, she had a song? And that's when, you know, Candy was saying, like, yeah, Flatline. And Todd, he tried to throw a little bit of shade, talking about something, yeah, it flatlined. I said, that Todd boy, he's something else. But, I mean, you know, it's not something that I would listen to. I mean, her vocals was alright, but you know, it's not something that I would just be blasting on my, you know, phone or laptop or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And what else? Um, but yes, and, you know, Cynthia, she was saying in her confessional how people in the group, they usually take sides or whatever. Like, they usually take sides of the person that they're closest to at the time. And that is true. They all do it. Whoever they closest to at the time, that's whose side they're going to take, whether they right or wrong. You know, um, what else happened in that conversation? You know, they start talking about Candy and Todd opening up their own restaurant, and Cynthia and Peter, they're trying to explain to them or whatever the pros and the cons about the whole restaurant business, and they kind of start arguing a little bit or whatever. And I was just like, really? Y'all can't have a civilized conversation with your friends about the restaurant business without getting into a little tassel or whatever you want to call it? I said, you know, Candy was, you know, she was like, I worry about Peter and Cynthia sometimes because they get into an argument about a damn restaurant, like, you know, like she started kind of having some concerns, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Cynthia was like, she wants Candy and Todd to understand that even though Candy is having a baby, this restaurant is, you know, like their baby too, or whatever. And okay, so yeah, I guess, yeah, Cynthia's event. You know, Peter's not there. I guess he had to go. I think she said he had to go back to Charlotte or whatever. Kim, she, you know, is the first one to arrive, and she's kind of acting like a little director for Cynthia, telling the cameramen how to, you know, which way to hold the camera up and position it to get the best pictures of Cynthia. I thought that was cute. Cynthia wants Kim and Kenya to help with this commercial or whatever. Kim tells Candy that she tried her sex toys. Candy tells Kim about the shade that has been thrown towards Todd, supposedly. Portia, you know, she hugs Candy. Candy kind of gives her like a dry hug, like, bitch, I don't really want to hug you right about now. Portia, she brings up the incident that, of course, happened, that everybody's talking about. And she says she wants to talk to Candy alone. So Carmen and Don Juan, they follow, and you know, Portia kind of feeling some type of way, you know, like, why do they have to be here? And Don Juan, you know, apologizes for being aggressive, but he ain't gonna apologize for, I guess, addressing her or whatever about, you know, the situation. And you know, Portia, she was like, she don't understand why they have to be here for this conversation and everything. It should just be me and you. And Candy, she kind of pops off like, you know, well, we don't have to have this conversation at all or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because Candy feels like, you know, they all were there, Don Juan and Shamia. But she said they all were there. So was Carmen there? I don't remember Carmen being there. But whatever, but I guess she feel like, you know, they should be there in the conversation because they was there. You know what I'm saying? So they should, you know, to make sure that Portia ain't trying to lie or whatever, this, that, and the third. But it's like Don Juan making the shit bigger than what the fuck it was. Or what the fuck it should have been. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, Candy was like, well, we ain't gotta have this conversation at all. And Portia, she walks away, and, you know, Shamia follows behind her. Phaedra doesn't show up, and Kenya, leave it to her to call it out, and she was like, she's, you know, the root of the issue, and she, you know, throws the rock and hides her hand. I said, Kenya, girl, y'all all do that, so shut up. Y'all all do that shit, so shut the hell up. Y'all all throw a rock and hide your hand. You know, Portia, she's trying to express herself to Shamia, like, you know, I don't understand, you know, basically still saying, like, why do it have to be everybody when it should just be me and Candy talking? Carmen comes up for whatever reason, saying what she got to say or whatever. And it's just like, why are you here? Portia is trying to have a conversation with Shamia and express herself about what the fuck just happened. Why do you need to feel the need to go outside and further aggravate the situation? That's why I'm saying, like, Carmen was irritating me this episode, because it's like, why? Like, why do you need to further aggravate this situation? You know what I'm saying? And what else happened? But yeah, so, you know, Carmen just keep on talking, saying whatever she's saying. Portia walks off and she like, fuck this, you know, I ain't got time for it. And Shamia's trying to convince her to, you know, not walk away because it's not going to solve anything. And she was like, I don't give, you know, Portia, she was like, I don't give a fuck or whatever. Portia and Candy, they have a sit down. It's kind of awkward at first. You know, Portia's still making her stance on she don't understand why I couldn't be private. Candy says she doesn't like, you know, private conversations in this group because everybody wants to kind of backpedal on what they said, which is true. It's true. But everybody in that whole group, including you, Candy, y'all backpedal on what the fuck y'all say. So, I mean, you know, whatever. But, you know, Portia is really trying to convince Candy, like, we was not talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And, hold on, y'all. I'm reading my notes. But yeah, so, you know, Candy, she's still kind of popping off from Portia a little bit. And, you know, Portia's like, I'm trying to get Candy to understand that it wasn't like that or whatever. And she's like, Don Juan, the guy to her head or whatever. And it's like, I mean, Don Juan has been her friend longer. So she's going to automatically believe Don Juan, even though Don Juan making the shit more than what the fuck it was. And Portia, she says she doesn't want it to be like she's taking sides. And Candy says she feels like Portia is. And Portia says that, well, maybe I am because Phaedra needs me more. And, you know, Candy is like, really? You know what I'm saying? Now, here's my whole thing. I'm the type of person where if I have two friends and they having an issue or a beef, I'm not fixing to take sides. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm going to sit up here and try to help the situation. If I'm not gonna try to, you know, be a mediator of the situation, I'm not gonna say shit at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if anything, I'll probably tell the person that I feel like might be wrong in the situation in private that they wrong, but I'm still not like as if I'm gonna choose sides. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still fuck with that person just as much as I fuck with the other person. You know, but Portia, she don't. Like I said, it doesn't really seem like she be trying to hear Candy out on what she has to say. She just always want to hear Phaedra and make Phaedra like she's the victim and, you know, this, that, and the third. I mean, we understand, you know, Phaedra going through this stuff, but everybody goes through everything. And Portia saying Phaedra needs her more, like Phaedra is a fucking kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on. I mean, of course, yeah, you're supposed to be there for your friends, but I mean, she was just saying like as if Phaedra is just a fucking kid. And it's like I said, we all go through shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of learning how to deal with it and just continue to progress and get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Instead of keep on throwing this fucking pity party. You know what I mean? It's getting kind of aggravating. But Portia, she explained, you know, and Candy, you know, was basically saying how, you know, don't play that victim role with me, with her, and all this stuff, whatever. And, Portia, you know, and like she also was saying that Phaedra didn't even want Apollo there. She don't even, you know, fuck with, like, basically she don't fuck with him. So Portia, she was, you know, she explains that she's been divorced for 3 years and she couldn't stand Cordell, this, that, and the third. But, you know, I guess, you know, she still, that doesn't mean that she still didn't care about him, she still didn't love him, whatever. And okay, I understand that part. I do. I mean, just because you might be going through something with your spouse or whatever, you can't stand them, hate them to their guts, that doesn't mean that you still don't care about them. That is true. I will give Portia that one, you know. But Candy, you know, through it all, Candy, I guess she realizes that Portia is standing up for Phaedra because, you know, Candy used to stand up for Phaedra and everything. So, you know, I guess they kind of ended on a good note. They, you know, make a joke about Portia's receipt flying or whatever. And she said, "Ooh, you know, I ain't gotta pay my bill or whatever." And that was pretty much the episode. I'm sorry this ran for 25 minutes, but you guys let me know how you feel about it. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys come back, share the video, and follow me on all social media in the description box below. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Love and Hip Hop New York. All right, peace out.